Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got for you guys an updated video for the best Xbox Elite controller keybinds you should be using for Apex Legends. Now, I made a video before showing you guys what I use, and guys, that is still the best binds you need to be using, guys. All we are doing today is we are adding some binds to the list. So I got a lot of things I want to get through today, and I want to keep the video pretty short, so we're going to hop straight into it. But first, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an outline of what I'm going to be talking about. So the first 6-7 binds we're going to talk about, I'm not going to dive too deep into them. I already previously talked about them in depth fully in my first video. So if you guys haven't checked that out and you want more information, make sure to check out the link in the description. It'll take you right to that video. So after we talk about those, guys, I'm going to show you my controller, I think, and I'm going to just give you some tips and tricks that I use to hold the controller properly, to feel comfortable using it, guys. And then also, at the end of that, we are going to be going over the new binds for you guys, and I am going to be fully breaking those down, diving deep, and convincing you guys that this is what you guys should be using. Alright, guys, so on the first video, a lot of people were asking me about my game settings, and I just wanted to go through them and just show you what I have. So interact, prompt style, compact, button hits off, crosshair damage feedback, I like the X with the shield icon. Damage numbers, I like this on both. I mean, this is personal preference, it doesn't really matter, but I like both. I like seeing how much each bullet does, and then also like the overall damage. Everything else, it's not really too important. I do the 2D damage feedback, and then controller settings, button layout default, stick layout default, tap to reload, tap to use, crouch, toggle, aim, hold. I use 4-4, guys. This is all personal preference. I don't want to tell you what to put it on. Everyone's going to play on their own sensitivity, and guys, I change this up a lot. If my shot's on, I'll probably up it a little, and if my shot's a little shaky, I'll probably put it down to dial it in. Then of course, linear. This goes with the Xbox Elite controller. It's like made for it. And then dead zones, if you have a good controller, set it at none. But if you do have a little bit of a dead zone, maybe your controller's a little messed up, you definitely want to maybe move that to small or large. I think that's it, guys, for the settings. I'm really messing around with my field of view, and I will start messing around then once I have more information, guys. I can make a video going into this. But that's what I got for the settings. Alright, so the first binds we're going to talk about today are going to be saying A to the top left paddle and B to the bottom left paddle. Now, pretty much, guys, what this is going to do, it's going to allow you to jump and crouch without having to take your thumb off the analog stick, and this is going to give you guys better aim. Now, I had some people commenting on the first video that they liked having like A on the left side and like B on the right side, and guys, that's fine. You guys do whatever you're comfortable with, but the reason I have them one on top of the other is because I think it's easy to think about it as, if you want to jump, you hit the top paddle, you're going over the top with a jump, and when you hit the bottom paddle, you're going to the bottom with a slide or a crouch, guys. So that's why I have one on top of the other, and there's a reason why I have them on the left side of the paddle, and I'm going to touch on that later. Alright, so moving on, we have the top right paddle set to right D-pad click, and we have the bottom right paddle set to up D-pad click. Now, all this is for, guys, is accessing your grenades and heal menus. It's very important to be able to keep a sprint and to be able to cycle your heals and grenades, guys. When you don't have them set here, you're going to have to take your thumb off the sprint button or the aim button. And pretty much in mid-combat, guys, you're going to be standing still for a second, and that's no good. Alright, so the next one we got for you guys is switching right bumper to right trigger. And all this, guys, is going to make right bumper your shoot button. And the idea behind this is that it's quicker to push the button in rather than to pull the trigger, and you're going to be able to get that first shot off quicker. Alright, now moving on to the stick sensitivities, guys. Left stick, every single game you play needs to be on instant. It's going to make your strafing more crisp. It's going to feel more responsive. And then the right stick sensitivity, I like playing on instant or delayed depending on the game. For Apex right now, I have it on delayed. Alright, that's going to be it for the original binds. Remember, if you want more information, there's going to be a link in the description to the original video where I dive deep and really break these ones down for you guys. Alright, what is up, guys? I just wanted to show my controller and also show how I hold it. maybe give you a few tips and also touch on why I chose to put a few binds into positions that they are at. So here's the controller, guys. Show you everything I got. 4 paddles set up, hair triggers, always locked. I use the normal D-pad, I use the short left stick, and I use the tall right stick, guys. Now I recommend the tall right stick. I heard that it increases your aim, gives you better aim when playing on high sensitivities, and I agree, guys. I like it a lot, but it was hard to get used to, so I recommend it. It's not necessary, but I think that if you force yourself to use it, it can help you in the future. Alright, guys, so how I hold my controller, I just wanted to go over it. So left hand, you want a full lock grip on your paddles. You always want your fingers on them, and you want your left index finger resting on the trigger, guys. Thumb on analog stick. Right hand, we're going to have this a little bit more offset downwards, okay? This is going to help us hold the controller better with the paddles, and also the analog stick with it being longer. So like I said, left finger rest on the trigger. Then your right hand, we're going to be a little bit more offset. Thumb on the analog stick, and then our index finger naturally rests on this right bumper, and that's our shooter, guys. So our hands are a little bit offset. My right hand's a little bit lower on the controller than my left hand. Now, guys, when you're first starting off, I recommend that you really exaggerate keeping your left 2 fingers to hit the top or jump and crouch on the left side, A and B, and then when you're just getting used to it, I recommend you try to keep your right fingers off the other paddles, because when I was getting used to it, guys, I always would hit the paddles a lot when I don't mean to, guys. So I recommend you keep them off, and the better, more comfortable you get, that's when you can fully rest them in, guys. So with the long stick, guys, and the paddles and stuff, I think it's more comfortable using the right bumper, because your finger naturally lays on there, so that's why we have right bumper change, guys. Alright, guys, so why we want A and B on the left side instead of the right side? A couple reasons. One, everything on the left side of the controller, guys, that's going to control our movement. Our left stick, that's our forward, backwards, left, right, and then to go along with that movement, we have the jump on the left and we have the crouch on the left. So that keeps our movement completely isolated to one side, guys. And where I think that this comes into play is that if it is on the right side, guys, this is our side we aim with, and so let's just go over it. So if it were on the right side, guys, in order to hit a jump shot or a crouch shot, we're gonna have to use our index finger to shoot. We're gonna have to use our right thumb to aim, and then we're gonna have to be spamming the paddles to jump, crouch, do whatever move you want. That's 4 things going on at once on the same hand that your right stick is aiming with, and guys, that's just gonna throw your shot off. When you're doing all this, jumping, aiming, it's gonna throw it off. So that's why I like isolating movement completely to the left side, guys. Alright, and so another reason why I like it on the left side, guys, is so essentially my left side, this is like my vice jaw, guys. This is locking my controller into place, and all my right hand is doing is I'm literally just like pushing up against it and resting it there, and I'm literally just creating this pressure. So the left is kind of the support, and then the right is just kind of adding that support, guys. And I essentially could play just like that. I could play with these fingers all the way up there if I wanted to. Shouldn't. I'm just saying you could. And the reason I like that is because when we lock it in with the left side, our fingers are always on those paddles resting, guys. And you want them resting because you want to be able to quickly hit it, guys. If your fingers are, elevated off of them, it's going to be a delay in order to come in and hit them, guys. So that's why you want them isolated, and that's why you want your fingers always resting on the paddles. Alright, guys, so now we are going to move into the new binds. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over them first. I'm going to fully break them down. We're going to dive deep. And then I'm going to go over why I chose to put them where they are at on the controller. I do think you can switch a couple of these around, but I put some thought into what I got, and I want to give you the reason for where they are at. Alright, guys, so the first bind we are going to talk about that is new is going to be setting the right stick click to X, guys. Now, I think this is very important, guys, when it comes to looting reloading, and just, being swift and moving fast. Because I said in the last video, I think that, quickness and movement speed is essential to being a top player in this game. So the reasons why we want this set as X is going to be simply just looting, guys. You're able to keep the full aim, full movement while picking up guns, and it really does make a difference, guys. If of all the binds, this makes a huge difference. So I'm going to play a clip here for you guys, and I just want to show you how swiftly I'm able to pick up items and stuff when I'm able to fully, keep full movement on my right analog stick and to be able to hit it and pick up weapons, guys. It is awesome because when we're not using it, what we're doing, we're taking our thumb off the analog stick, we're having to hit X, and essentially we're pausing for like a second, guys. And my friends get so pissed off at me sometimes. Mighty, man, he fucking rages when he's, doing his thing, picking up guns, and I just fly in there and I just swoop all his guns from him, man. He gets pissed. Alright, and another reason why I like having the right stick set as X is to use it as reloading. Now, this isn't as crucial, I think. It's okay to take your thumb off the analog stick in order to hit X to reload. When you're reloading, you're not aiming, you're not shooting, so it's not going to affect you that much. But, it could save your life, guys. The extra half a second or, however long it takes, the difference between hitting the button. It could save your life. Getting around a corner or something, having the clip reloaded, ready to go, could come in handy. Alright, so the next new bind we're going to talk about, guys, is going to be setting Y to right trigger click. Now, what this is going to do, guys, is going to allow us to switch weapons by hitting the right trigger. Now, when the game first came out, guys, I didn't think this was necessary, and boy, was I wrong, guys. I found myself clicking Y so many times, not only to switch weapons, but only to put your gun away, guys. And by putting this to Y, guys, we're able to keep our thumb on the analog stick. We're able to keep complete aim, movement, full control throughout our whole shot, throughout our whole fight. Ways that I see this coming into play is, when you're in a fight, you put your whole clip down. You got to switch weapons, guys. If you, one thing you can do when you switch weapons, hit them with a little jump to evade them, hit them with a little crouch or something. And, sometimes it's hard when you're doing that to keep good aim if you have to take your thumb off the analog stick in order to hit Y. So when we don't have to take our thumb off the analog stick, guys, we're able to, keep full control during that jump switch or that slide switch. And, hopefully, when you're ready, when your gun's out and you're ready to take your shot, your crosshair will still be on their face because we were able to keep full aim throughout the whole fight. Alright, so the last new bind I got, guys, is going to be setting Y to RB, and this is just simply allowing us to access our call-out menu and to also ping enemies, guys. So now I'm going to talk about why I have certain buttons in certain places and, give you the breakdown and my thoughts on, why they're there. Alright, so why I chose to put RB to Y, guys. So, this is an important menu. It gives you call-outs, and with it being Y, guys, we're going to lose the ability to scroll through them while moving. And, this is not that big of a deal, guys. In a combat situation, the only ping you should be using is marking, like, where people are at. Like, that's the only one you need to use, You don't really need to say, hey, defending here, or, like, loot over here, guys. So the only thing you need to do is to be able to just tap Y, double tap Y to be able to ping where the enemy is at, guys. Now, essentially, you could put this RB as Y, B, A, or X, guys. We have all these buttons already mapped in other places, so these are all free. So if you wanted to change it up, feel free to, guys. But there's a reason I have it as Y. So B and A, I didn't want it to set it as because those are just to make my life easier, guys. Navigating the menus, backing out of games. I'm so used to hitting A and B to do that kind of stuff, guys, that I had it set as A before, and I just hated it, guys. I hated using the paddle just to simply navigate the menus. And so the reason I don't want it as X is that I do like having two options to reload my guns, to open inventories, to do all that stuff, guys. So many times I've been in a gunfight, like next to a door, and I'm spamming X to reload, and it like shoots the door, and or it closes the door, and my thumb is already back on the analog stick, guys. So instead of having to put my thumb back on to X and put it back onto my analog stick, guys, I can just click the right stick in and my gun reloads. Alright, so moving on to X set as the right stick click, guys. I like this because it allows all my looting to just involve that right stick, guys. You know, I can aim at the stuff, I can click the stick in, and you know, it's all done with just your thumb. There's no other extra buttons that need to be hit in order to loot. And also, guys, a quick tip, if you did not know, if you hold the weapon pickup in, so the X button in our case it's the right stick, if you hold it in and you just do like a swift motion across, you know, all the weapons you want to pick up, it will pick up every item that you're able to pick up. So you need to make sure you have the inventory spaces. But say you run up to a pill, guys, and there's like 3 items in it, if you start on the right side of the pill, click the right stick in, hold it in, and then just swiftly move all the way across to the left, it will pick up all of those items in one click. You do not have to click it 3 different times. Alright, so why we have Y set to right trigger, I was debating whether or not to set it as the right stick, and couple reasons for that, guys. One, I think it's very nice having X set as the right stick, which I already talked about. And 2, I find myself hitting Y a lot more than I click X in, guys. You know, I find myself switching weapons all the time. You know, quickly, you know, mid-combat, putting your weapon away to run faster. And I just think it's a lot smoother, guys, having it set as Y. And the other reason why is going back to the, you know, jump switch or the slide switch, guys. You know, I think it can be awkward sometimes clicking that right analog stick with it being the long stick, guys. And, you know, I see one flaw in this if a switch weapon was the right click. So if you are pulling off like that jump switch shot or the slide switch shot, guys, you know, there's a chance that when you're pushing that right stick in, you might throw your aim just a little bit, guys. And when we're trying to keep full aim through our whole shot, you know, and you miss your shot, that could get you killed, guys. So that's why I like right trigger set as Y. Alright, guys, so last thing I wanted to touch on. So if you've been paying attention and you know your shit, then you probably have realized that I do not have melee set to anything, guys. And there's a reason for this, guys. And first reason is that I think the melee is very underwhelming. I think that there's a lot of shield in this game, you know, a lot of high health, and I find myself spraying kids with a full clip and trying to melee them down, and they still have more than 30 health. So that's why I don't like it, guys. I don't think that the melee is reliable, and I think it's okay to not have it on the controller. And that doesn't mean we can't melee, though, guys. You can simply put your weapon away, holster your weapon, and you can melee if needed, guys. So that is why I do not rock the melee. Alright, guys, so that's all I got for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope it gave you some more information. I hope it helped you out more than the first video did, guys. And I wanted to talk about some other stuff, guys. We are approaching 100 subs, guys, and it's just crazy. I know it's not a huge number, but it's a huge number to me. I never thought I'd be able to get here when I was starting this up a couple months ago, guys. And you know, I couldn't thank you guys enough for all your support, all you guys who have subscribed, all you guys who have liked my videos, left comments, guys. You know, I couldn't do this without you guys and pursue a career doing something that I love, guys. So I'm so grateful, guys, and I appreciate you all. And to show you how much I appreciate you guys, I'm going to be doing a $100 giveaway as soon as we hit 100 subs, guys. So I think I'm going to do 4 $25 gift cards. So whatever platform you are on, PSN, Xbox, or I think PCs like Steam or something, I will get you guys it if you win. So in order to be eligible, guys, 3 things you gotta do. 1, subscribe to the YouTube. 2, go to my Twitch, hit me with a follow there. And also, guys, 3rd thing you gotta do is hit me with a follow on Twitter, guys. So I'm gonna post another video, guys, as soon as we hit 100 subs, but we are getting very close, and I just want you guys who are interested in entering into the giveaway, guys, the information you need. So once again, guys, this is the video. I thank you all for the support, and I'll catch you next time.